ng Pilipinas.
The start of a new year means a list of new resolutions, and chances are losing weight is high on your list. But research shows only a small percentage achieve this goal every year. That's because many of us resort to crash diets and intense programs that are usually short-lived. Incorporating a few easy habits into your daily routine can make a huge difference in the long run. On the program today, we'll talk more about these health hacks for a new and improved you. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Welcome to MedTalk Health Talk right here on CNN Philippines. Staying healthy means taking steps in your everyday life to care for your body and your mind. Our guests today are here to tell us more. With us is Dr. Oy Balburias, who is a functional medicine practitioner from the Medical City. Also with us is Dr. Candy Drilon Dalman. She is a functional and integrative medicine specialist and the founder of Centro Holistico. Thank you both for joining us on the program. Now, earlier on the show, we mentioned that losing weight is a common goal for many. But where do you start? Now, if you're determined to be healthier, it begins with a good morning routine. Dr. Candy, let's start with that. Why is it so important to hydrate? Why can't I just drink whenever I'm thirsty?
Okay, when it comes to water, our bodies are made up of 70% of water. So, of course, first thing in the morning, you slept for at least, let's say, 8 hours. That whole time, wala kang tubig. So, it's very important that first thing in the morning, you jumpstart your body with a glass or maybe 2 glasses of water. So one of the things that I suggest to my patients is actually putting some lemon in your water because number one, lemon has high levels of vitamin C, folate, potassium, and other types of micronutrients that can actually help you produce your energy molecules or the ATP. And because our water nowadays is distilled, so nagiging hard yung water natin or nagiging medyo acidic, so adding some lemon into it can actually put back some of the nutrients that is actually supposed to be in your water.
Now, walk us through para sa mga hindi sanay na uminom ng tubig with some citrus fruits infused with it or some other elements. How do they do this? Ano bang ang guidelines natin dito?
Basta malinis yung tubig, make sure that it is filtered water. That is totally okay. Now, some people, they don't like, adding citrusy fruits, or you can actually add other things. For me personally, I like adding herbs into it, like mint or rosemary sometimes. Just add other fruits also so that you can infuse more nutrients into your water para magkaroon siya ng konting lasa.
Pero Dr. Candy, can this be the normal water na inumin nila all throughout the day? Ito na yung parang pinaka-standard water na iniinom nila.
Yes, definitely. You can do that. In fact, it actually has more health benefits because aside from the healing powers of water, you add more micronutrients to your day. So parang umiinom ng vitamins all throughout the day.
Very good tips from Dr. Candy. So I suggest to our viewers, the night before you go to bed, have 2 glasses of water ready so that when you wake up, you're ready to drink and hydrate. It's harder to stick to a diet when you don't plan ahead. Dr. Oy, could you tell us more about the benefits ng pagplano ng meal or being prepared with a grocery list whenever you go to the grocery store?
It's important for everyone to recognize that actually when you say the word diet, it means you're removing something. No? So, but every macronutrients, fats, proteins, and carbs are all equally important for our body system. No? So, it's important to know what are your deficits of, especially if you have chronic conditions or diseases, so that you can utilize and create a meal formula and a meal structure that will serve as a medicine for your body in order for you to provide the necessary needs or nutrients or the unique needs of your body.
Meal planning really is a great way to make sure that you're eating a well-balanced meal. Dr. Oy, ano mga tips ang may bibigay mo sa mga viewers natin, especially those na beginner pa lang sa meal planning?
First and foremost, then when you go to the grocery, so try to go to the side, no? So we're in vegetables and fruits and all those whole real processed foods are there. No? And of course, mas maganda nga if you really have a list, especially if you know what are the nutrients that you are depleted of, and you know the foods that contains all of those nutrients, then that should be part of your fresh list of foods that you should be consuming and on a daily basis.
So eventually, you'll find a process that works best for you and your family. But if there was one thing in the typical diet of a Filipino that in your opinion creates the most damage, na mas maganda na wala, what would it be?
There are foods that are highly processed or ultra processed. So ito talaga yung wala ka nang nakukuhang nutrients at the same time full of preservatives, additives pa. No? So anything that is packaged or processed is something that you need to think a lot before you put it in your mouth. No, so when we talk about food, the first is that we talked about foods that are whole, real, and really unprocessed. So that's what we mean by food that will nourish the body.
Everyone knows that simple sugar or table sugar is a leading culprit when it comes to weight gain. Dr. Candy, what are some good alternatives to table sugar?
Okay, so number one, the reason why we don't like table sugar is it's actually stripped off of a lot of the nutrients. So eating something sweet like fruits is still better because even if it does have some sugar, it also has other micronutrients that will help you burn off the sugar in your body. So as alternatives, ang number one na narinig ko recently, and one of my personal favorites that we always have in the house is stevia because it comes from leaf extract. So kumbaga, yung aside from the pampatamis, there are other nutrients also from stevia. Now, my other favorite also is cocoa sugar because the glycemic index is actually lower as compared to your table sugar. And it also has other nutrients. And it's considered more of a whole food. So, hindi siya as nakaka-trigger ng insulin as compared to your table sugar. Now, my other favorite is yakon. So it's actually mukha siyang gabi. It's a very sweet root crop and it has a lot of minerals also. So yung ginagawa ng iba, they blend it and then they can mix it in with their with anything that they want to sweeten up. Or yung iba, juice nila yung yakon. And then that's what they mix in their drinks or in their other things that they want to sweeten up. So those are very, very good alternatives.
Now these are just some of the health hacks that can go a long way for this needs to go hand in hand with some form of physical activity. How can we make sure that we get enough exercise in the middle of our busy schedules? When we return, we'll give you some fitness hacks for your workday. Stay with us here on Med Talk Health Talk, your partner in healthcare. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez and welcome back to Med Talk Health Talk on CNN Philippines, where caring is our calling. The pandemic has changed the way we live, including our exercise routines. The closure of gyms, fitness studios, and parks have hindered us from our usual workouts. On top of that, most of us sit in our desks from morning even up to night, only moving to go to the kitchen or the bathroom. Now, we need to consciously find ways to get the physical activity that we need. Before we give you some of these health hacks, Dr. Oye, let's talk about the benefits of physical activity or increasing the movement that we have during the day. Because here on Med Talk Health Talk, we always emphasize the need for a well-balanced diet and exercise to stay healthy.
Well, of course, Dr. Freddy, exercise is medicine because, well, exercise can benefit several systems of our body, most especially now during the pandemic. Exercise can really boost, strengthen, and modulate the response of your immune system. Definitely, exercise provides a lot of neurotransmitters. Exercise also provides endurance both for our heart as well as for our lungs, so that we can easily perform a lot of activities. It's just important to know that exercise as medicine also requires a personal prescription. So it's important for you to know what's the exact frequency, intensity, as well as duration and the type of exercise that your body will benefit from.
Since the onset of the pandemic, many of us find ourselves sitting for extended periods of time. And this has been linked to several medical conditions, including obesity, as well as high blood pressure. Now, a useful hack is to take a stretch break every so often. Now, this can boost your energy, increase your focus, and even improve your mood. Dr. Candy, pag-usapan natin yon, is stretching enough to be able to get that vigor back in our body, to be able to get that movement that we need?
Well, for one thing, stretching is a good start, definitely. Especially if you've been sitting down, like if you're working from home, you're seated in front of the computer the whole day for 8 hours. Having a stretch break is a very good start already. At least, kumbaga nabababa natin yung mga buto natin, and your muscles and even your lymphatic system will have actually a very good benefit from stretching. So just make sure that when you stretch, you know that you're not feeling any aches and pains anywhere, or you actually stand up and not just stretch while you're sitting down, to make sure that you're activating the entire body. So yes, that is a good, very good break. But if you can actually get up and take a quick walk or do a very quick exercise, that's actually better than a simple stretch during your work breaks.
So stretching is okay, but as Dr. Candy mentioned, increasing that heart rate even just a little bit is also very beneficial. Now, all it takes is setting aside maybe 5 minutes between work hours to stretch those muscles or walk a few steps. Now, before your workday starts, another good way to start your morning is by exercising or having some form of physical activity. Dr. Candy, can you give us some fitness hacks that our viewers can do from home?
Okay, so for our recommendation, usually the minimum exercise that the person needs to do is 150 minutes a week of cardiovascular exercise. So that's your walking, jogging, or sprinting, etc. And then 2 times a week of strength training. So that's your calisthenics, your weightlifting, etc. So yun yung general tip. So when it comes to weightlifting, even simple exercises at home, such as yung paggawa ng squats or push-ups, body weight exercises are already good. That's already considered your strength training. Now, when it comes to your cardiovascular workouts, for you to be able to cover the 150 minutes a week, that's simply 30 minutes a day. So staggered mo na all throughout the week. So you can do first thing in the morning, put on your workout clothes, walk outside, or if you have your own treadmill or bike at home, you can do that right away. Just wake up a little. For example, lagi ka nagmamadali, or laging late nagigising, just make an extra effort to wake up 30 minutes earlier every day just to get that workout in. That will make a big difference when it comes to your health.
Dr. Oyi, we now know you mentioned how important it is to have some physical exercise. Pero ang tanong is, how often should we be working out to be able to start losing some weight?
Well, exercise and movement, Dr. Freddy, is different. No? It's important on a daily basis. We need to have an adequate movement per day. No? So for us to really stimulate the system. No? So at least before you start your day, either with stretching exercises that will, for 20 minutes, that will allow for you to sweat a little bit. That's enough already. So 20 minutes per day of stretching exercises or any form of movement like walking. No? So enough already.
And now that restrictions are easing up, it might help to go out for a walk or a very light jog every so often. Walking and jogging are some of the best ways to get exercise as well as lose weight. But ultimately, finding a workout that you enjoy will ensure that you stick to it. Research shows that your mental state can significantly influence your health. With the many stressors brought by the pandemic, how can we reduce anxiety and improve our mental well-being? More health hacks when we return. Your health is our mission here on MedTalk Health Talk. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez, and this is MedTalk Health Talk, your partner in healthcare. When it comes to keeping healthy, it requires a holistic approach. Your physical health is only one part of the equation. Your mental health can also significantly impact your overall well-being. A great hack to care for your mental health is to meditate. Dr. Candy, what is meditation? Why can it be very beneficial for people who haven't tried it before or who are high in the stress factors?
When you do meditation on a regular basis, it can really help increase your awareness about yourself and your surroundings, and at the same time helps reduce stress and helps you develop some more concentration. So it will really help you clear your mind, make you focus on what you have on hand. One of the practices that can help is really meditation, is really to lower down your stress levels. When you feel less anxious about everything around you, more focused on yourself, you actually can lower down naturally your cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. And when you lower down your cortisol levels, everything else that follows with it, like it will help lower down your inflammation in the long run. It will give you a lot more benefits and not just, reducing stress.
Now, Dr. Oyi, how strong is the connection with the mind and the body? Is it possible for someone to eat everything correct, exercise properly, but if their mind is not in a good place, can that still trigger all of these ailments?
Mental stress, psychological stress, emotional stress becomes harmful when it becomes chronic, when it becomes sustained. And as mentioned by Dr. Candy, when stress becomes chronic, it will create a biological response to our body in order to try to protect us. But sometimes if stress is chronic, especially if your stressors are not worth stressing about, that can actually create also biological responses or biological imbalance. So when you're chronically stressed, that would have an impact on the inflammatory response, as mentioned by Dr. Candy, that when inflammation is sustained as well, that could contribute to you why you're having recurring or chronic headache. So everything in the mind, the body is connected.
Now, Dr. Oyi, for those who have never meditated before or are new to this, how is this done? Ano mga tips ang pwede mong bigay for beginners? Can this even be done on the go?
Well, it can be done anywhere as long as mentioned by Dr. Kennedy, it's a mindfulness exercise, being self-aware. So there is what we apply, we call it soft belly breathing, wherein you maximally inspire through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth, just making sure that your belly is soft and not tight. So it takes a while, it takes practice, but if you constantly do it, meditation, that soft belly breathing, for at least 10-15 minutes before you start your day, that's going to really make you resilient against any type of stressors.
Another simple health hack to improve your mental well-being is a good cold shower. Now, while most of us usually prefer warm showers, some studies show that using cold water can actually have some benefits. Dr. Candy, is there any truth to this? What kind of benefits can people get by taking a cold shower?
I used to take a lot of warm showers myself because, galing aircon, gusto natin warm. And our body's natural temperature is actually warm, diba? So when you take a cold shower, parang feeling mo na stress yung katawan mo. But actually, there are some studies that shows that taking a cold shower can actually really help the body. Like how? One is it can reduce your stress levels over time because every time you take a cold shower, there is a little bit of stress in the body. And then if you do it on a regular basis, nagkakaroon tayo ng what we call hardening. Okay, hardening or parang nasasana yung katawan in that stress. So when you do this on a regular basis, the little stresses that will pop up every day of your life will not be as stressful for you anymore. So it will help you build resilience. So that's how a cold shower can help, especially for your nervous system. So it can also help with weight loss. How? Studies show that when you take a cold shower, it activates your brown fat. So you actually have two types of fat. So your white fat and your brown fat. So it's the brown fat that can help with burning of the calories. So when you take a cold shower, just a simple cold shower once a day, when you wake up, it will make you more alert. It will also help activate the burning of your calories by activating that specific fat. So that's your brown fat.
Very good. Now, as a reminder to our viewers, don't use cold showers as a replacement for other prescribed medical therapies. And it's always good to talk to your doctor first before trying anything new. Now, it's completely understandable to feel stressed and anxious, especially in today's reality. But remember, you have the power to look after your mental and physical health. These are just a few tips to help improve your whole well-being. Thank you, functional medicine specialists Dr. Oyi Balburias and Dr. Candy Drilon Nalban for sharing with us your very good insights. Maraming salamat sa inyo. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez and thank you for watching MedTalk Health Talk on CNN Philippines. We'll see you again next time.